If you're an Aussie under 40, listen up. The single biggest threat to your financial future isn't the economy, it's not the RBA, and it's not interest rates. It's a set of silent money mistakes that almost every single one of us makes without even realizing it. But here's the good news. If you can identify and fix these common slip-ups right now, you will launch yourself decades ahead of your peers. Stick with me as we count down the 10 biggest money mistakes Aussies make before 40 and exactly how you can fix them, starting today. Let's kick it off with mistake number 10, not starting to invest early enough. I hear it all the time. I'll start investing when I earn more, or I'll wait until I'm in my 30s. But waiting is easily the most expensive mistake you can possibly make. Let's look at the real math for 2025. Imagine you invest just $200 a month. If you start at age 25, by the time you're 55, you could have over $320,000. Not bad, right? Now, what if you wait until 35 to start that same $200 a month? By 55, you'd have around $140,000, less than half. And if you wait until you're 45, you're looking at maybe $50,000. The difference is absolutely staggering. It proves one of the most powerful rules in finance. Time makes you rich, not timing the market. The fix is so simple. Start today. Open an investment account and set up an automatic transfer. You could start with a simple mix of index funds like a 200 and VGS. Even if it's just $20 a week, that consistency is what builds incredible wealth over time. This brings us to mistake number 9, keeping way too much cash sitting in a savings account. It feels safe, doesn't it? But it's a trap. Most Aussies have somewhere between $10,000 and $40,000 just sitting in a standard savings account, doing absolutely nothing for them. Let's look at the 2025 data. The best high-interest savings accounts might give you 4%, but most are closer to 1 or 2. Meanwhile, inflation is hovering around 4 to 6%. Do the math. Your money isn't growing. It's actively losing its purchasing power every single year. That cash is becoming less valuable. The fix is to be strategic. You absolutely need an emergency fund. We'll get to that. But for most people, that's about 3 months of essential living expenses. Keep that amount in a high-interest savings account where it's safe and accessible. Every single dollar above that, it should be working for you. Invest it so it can outpace inflation and actually grow your wealth. Next up, mistake number 8, buying a car that is way too expensive. Cars are a classic Aussie wealth killer. In 2025, the average price Australians are spending on a brand new car is a shocking $40,916, and the vast majority of people don't pay cash. They finance it. Let's say you take out a car loan for that $40,000 car at an 8% interest rate. By the time you've paid it off, that car has actually cost you over $50,000. And for what? A depreciating asset that loses thousands in value the second you drive it off the lot. The fix here requires a mindset shift. Stop seeing cars as status symbols and start seeing them as tools to get from A to B by a reliable used car for somewhere between $8,000 and $15,000. Drive it for years. Take the $30,000 or $40,000 you just saved and invest it instead. That one decision could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to you in retirement. All right, mistake number 7 is a huge one. It's not understanding your superannuation. For most Aussies, your super is your biggest asset outside of the family home. Yet most people don't even know how it's invested. It's their own personal money-making machine, and they've left it on the default low-performance setting. Here's the reality in 2025. If your super is in a high-growth option, you can expect long-term average returns of around 7 to 9% per year. If it's in a cash or conservative option, you're looking at maybe 2 to 3%. That might not sound like a big deal, but over 30 years, the difference is life-changing. $100,000 in a high-growth fund could grow to over $760,000. That same $100,000 in a cash fund, it might only reach $242,000. That's a $500,000 difference just from one 5-minute change. The fix is simple. Log into your super account today, Check your investment option and switch it to a high growth or indexed option. And while you're there, check your fees. Make sure they are under 0.7%. This is the easiest money you will ever make. Coming in at number 6 is lifestyle creep. This one is sneaky. As you get into your 30s, you start earning more money. You get a promotion, you change jobs, and your paycheck gets bigger. But what happens to that extra cash? For most people, their spending rises to meet their new income. A nicer car, a bigger apartment with higher rent, more expensive restaurants, more overseas holidays. The Australian Bureau of Statistics data shows that average household spending rises by a massive 28% for people between the ages of 30 and 39. The brutal truth is that most Aussies don't actually get richer as they earn more. They just upgrade their lifestyle. The fix requires discipline. The next time you get a pay rise, make a conscious decision to keep your expenses exactly the same for at least 1 to 2 years. Pretend the pay rise never happened. Automate that extra income directly into your investment account. This strategy, known as investing the difference, is how you truly build wealth. Mistake number 5 is a classic: not having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Your car breaks down, your pet gets sick, you lose your job. An emergency fund is your financial firewall against these events. Yet, a staggering 60% of Aussies don't have enough savings to cover an unexpected $3,000 expense. When you don't have that cash buffer, what happens? You're forced to turn to high-interest debt, like credit cards or personal loans, just to get by. This is how debt spirals begin. It's a trap that can set you back for years. The fix is non-negotiable. Your number 1 financial priority before you invest a single dollar should be to build an emergency fund. Aim to save 3 months' worth of your essential living expenses. Keep this money in a separate high-interest savings account. It's not there to make you rich. It's there to keep you from becoming poor when disaster strikes. At number 4, we have a modern-day money pit, relying on credit cards and buy now, pay later services. These products are designed to make you spend money you don't have. And the data for 2025 is alarming. The number of active Afterpay and Zip users has surged by 27%. At the same time, standard credit card interest rates are sitting between 19 and 23%. Let me be crystal clear: you cannot build wealth while you are paying 20% interest to a bank or a fintech company. It is mathematically impossible. You are running a marathon with a ball and chain attached to your ankle. The fix is direct. Cut up the Afterpay, delete the apps. Your goal is to get to 0 credit card debt. Create a plan, pay off the highest interest card first, and don't stop until it's gone. From now on, use a debit card for your spending. If you are disciplined enough to pay your balance in full every month, a low-rate card for points can be okay. But for most people, debit is the safest path to wealth. Mistake number 3 is simple, but it costs people thousands every year. It's not tracking your spending. Most of us have a vague idea of where our money goes, but the reality is, Australians underestimate their monthly spending by an average of 20 to 25%. That means if you think you spend $3,000 a month, you're probably actually spending closer to $3,700. That's $700 that has just vanished with nothing to show for it. That's a death by 1,000 cuts scenario. Coffees, lunches, subscriptions, and impulse buys. The fix is all about awareness. You need to know your numbers. For just 30 days, track every single dollar you spend. You can use free government tools like MoneySmart or apps like Frollo or PocketSmith. You could even use the simple barefoot budget method. It doesn't matter what tool you use. The act of tracking itself will change your behavior. Awareness is the first step to building wealth. Now for the pointy end. Mistake number 2 is taking on a mortgage you are not ready for. Buying a home is the great Australian dream, but for many, it turns into a financial nightmare because they buy with their heart, not with their head. In 2025, with variable interest rates hovering between 6 and 7%, mortgage stress is a reality for nearly 1 in 4 Australian households. Here's the golden rule. If more than 30% of your pre-tax income is going towards your mortgage repayments, you are officially in mortgage stress. You have no buffer for rate rises, job loss, or emergencies. The fix is to be patient and prepared. You should only consider buying a home when you meet these conditions. You have a 20% deposit to avoid costly lender's mortgage insurance. Your job and life are stable enough that you plan to stay put for at least 5 years. Your total mortgage repayments will be less than 28% of your take-home pay, and you have a separate emergency fund on top of your deposit. Don't let the fear of missing out push you into a decision that could cripple you financially for decades. And finally, we've arrived at the number one biggest, most damaging money mistake Aussies make before the age of 40. It's the belief that you have more time. It's the "I'll sort my money out later" mindset. That is the most expensive lie you can tell yourself. Let me show you the real cost of later. The cost of waiting just 10 years to start investing $500 a month can be over $240,000 in lost potential returns. The cost of ignoring your super and leaving it in a low growth fund can be a $300,000 to $500,000 mistake. The cost of waiting to get into the property market often means the market moves faster than you can save. Your 20s and 30s are your richest, most powerful decades. Not because you earn the most money, but because you have the most valuable asset of all, time. Time for compounding to work its magic. So there you have it. If you can actively work to avoid these 10 money mistakes before you hit 40, I can almost guarantee you will be financially ahead of 95% of your fellow Australians. You'll have less stress, more freedom, and a future you're excited about. Before we wrap up, a quick disclaimer. This video is for general information and education only. It is not financial advice. You should always speak to a licensed financial advisor before making any decisions about your own situation. Now I want to hear from you. Comment below with your age and the biggest money mistake you've made from this list. I'll do my best to jump in and help you figure out a plan to fix it. Thanks for watching, and if you found this valuable, please give it a like and subscribe for more content to help you build real wealth.